Defeat. Second place. Silver. These are not familiar words to the Blue Devils. Since 2007, the Corps has amassed an impressive 109 wins, 27 losses, and 3 World Championships. 2 years ago, the Blue Devils garnered back-to-back undefeated seasons. By definition, they are a dynasty, a phenomena to any sport, any activity, at any level. This year, the Blue Devils begin in unfamiliar territory on the heels of an end-of-the-year loss. The once unstoppable force, instantly humbled by the outcome of a single season. This is the story of recommitment and of a celebrated champion who becomes the challenger. It is a story of resurrection. This is Inside BD360.
We are doing a show called Cabaret Voltaire. It's a show about the Dada movement.
What is Dada?
Dada is a really hard term to explain.
It's different, that's for sure.
Dada is, a reflection of an incredible art movement. It was a reaction of the poets and the artists of the time to actually World War I and the atrocities that were going on.
Dada is the complete opposite of structured art.
Really just everything contrary to what quote-unquote art is.
It takes the norm and it pushes it to that, like out of this world level that people can't wrap their minds around.
It gives us license to really break some boundaries.
This is kind of a rebirth from a creative point of view in relationship to how you pace it, how you contour it, how it's dramatically sculpted.
There's just a lot of stuff in the show that you look at it and you say, is that supposed to be there?
I feel like it's more just raw emotion and pure thought that's kind of unhindered by the rules of conventional art.
30 miles east of San Francisco lie the golden foothills of Concord, California. The desolate refinery yards of North Concord are home to Mars, the Blue Devils' practice facility. It is 10 a.m., and the Corps is deep into marching fundamentals. Leading the rehearsal is Hall of Fame marching instructor Todd Ryan.
You have to stay connected to the people on either side of you. You got it?
His passionate and unrelenting approach finds itself contagious among fellow visual staff technicians, Jesse Miner, Kari White, and Jamie Hawley.
That you become a front of the beat person, because here at the Blue Devils, everything rides on the front edge. Hey, someone messed up the entire exercise, so take a lap, please.
This Corps is definitely younger. There's a lot of new people.
We have a lot of rookies this year.
Yeah, make sure don't get to cover on sunshine too fast there, Nikolai. Yeah, watch the cover, watch the cover.
The best thing about a Corps that is young is the energy they bring every day.
I haven't been a rookie at anything in a really long time. And so coming here, it's cool to be able to be open to these thoughts and to these new ideas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, check that out because John called you up.
It's
It's cool to come here and have all the vets just kind of take me under their wing.
We all just make sure that we let them know what the standards are and that they live up to those standards. She said to make the upper body look bigger.
If we have a good amount of strong veterans and they're setting the tone and the rookies are figuring it out. So it's a good mix of this energy and this drive with the smarts of the older guys.
Michael, 13 to 37.
At first it was kind of intimidating being here, and it's like, oh, all these people know exactly what they're doing, but I've gotten a lot figured out since I've been here.
It's just really nice because they're like, oh, I guess this is what we have to do now.
The rookies just follow them and try to beat Blue Devils.
While young becomes learned and the older members accept their roles as teachers, a few key members find themselves in an unusual place, on the sideline.
We're doing some body stuff with John.
It's happening to me in a mirror. I injured my Achilles heel.
And it messed up my back.
And I know of people in the past that have actually fallen out of a summer. If you tear your Achilles tendon, you're done. Like, you won't walk for a good 3 months.
With 3 drummers injured, including center snare Nick Arce, the drum line is in a precarious position.
I had to get help laying down and standing up. And I couldn't really walk, and I couldn't really lift my head.
Usually we don't have too many percussion injuries, so this is kind of new. I mean, usually the drummers stay pretty healthy.
People have that kind of mindset in drum corps, especially the Blue Devils, that you don't want to sit out and leave other people hanging. I was being kind of stubborn about it, so now I'm kind of feeling the result of that.
I would definitely like to be out there.
Yeah, it's really hard.
Me being in there would just make that whole process of getting everyone on the same page a lot easier than sitting right here. You know? So to me, that's the hardest thing.
The story of resurrection is a compelling one. It requires first the uncomfortable and uncertain pains of loss and consequent death. The death of hope or dreams, and sometimes the painful recognition of one's own shortcomings. For any group, family, or team, there are the young and the new who must be willing to learn without fear or contemplation, who must be willing to take, sometimes blindly, the lessons of predecessors in light of their own history. Concurrently, the experienced must be ready to lead, to include all in its wake and encourage without prejudice, to develop a newfound confidence in a role they too have never played. These are the roles of the champion who suddenly finds itself the challenger, and this is the story of their resurrection. This is Inside BD360.